Pay attention.
It starts here.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show.
The conversation is about to get louder. You're listening to Miggs and Swig. Don Miggs, Ben Swig, JoJo, Lisa, and JJ. From music to marriage, from politics to parenting, from dating to deep thoughts and sports. Get ready for Miggs and Swig. Life out loud.
Let's get the show on the road.
Hello, Sunday morning shoppers. This is the Miggs of the Miggs and Swig Show.
Who is that voice?
We are so happy to be here live with you guys. You're listening to the best radio show out there. Well, the best radio show
On Sunday morning.
on Sunday mornings. If you don't count Sirius, the best radio show between 10 and 10:15 on Sunday mornings. If your Sirius has gone out and you're in your car trapped and nothing else is working.
Right.
The best show.
And your Bluetooth is broken. So.
Oh my God, we're way better than that.
We are.
Hey, it's good to hear that voice, Don. I'm glad you
Yes.
showed up today.
I'm excited
There's
to
what,
be
you missed
here.
3 weeks in a row?
3 weeks.
Yeah,
Listen, a
yeah.
lot has happened.
You're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, since I've been gone, a lot has happened. I mean, single-handedly, I got my my father-in-law into the Hall of Fame. Single-handedly,
All
that
right.
took a
That's
lot.
so weird. Ben said the same thing.
That took a lot. It's been a minute. I'm glad to be back.
We're glad you're back.
I've got to tell you, I'm going to jump right in and just say, again, anyone who knows, listens to the show or knows me knows how much I do really love my kids, but I hate my kids right now.
Oh my God.
I hate them with a passion, with everything in me.
I'll take them.
Well, maybe just the one that was coughing at 5 a.m.
Yeah, really, it's sort of both of them. It's
Okay.
because they're booty blockers first and foremost. I mean,
Well, I mean, they are 7 and 5. Well, about
almost.
to be 7 and 5.
It's non-stop. Doesn't matter. It's 5 a.m. One of them's coughing just coughing. So I don't want to argue with my wife about this, but I'm not sure why we have this monitor thing on. Like, it's morning now. If they want to get up, they can get up and find us. But Lisa keeps the monitor on. So now, because they're awake, we're going to be awake listening to them cough for until 6:30. And she goes, do you think should we get them water? Which means, can you go get them water? So I get up, get them water, come back into bed. She's like, I don't know what to do. Should we do this? Should we do that? I'm like, well, what do you want from me?
Well, I don't believe that. However,
That
why
was
don't
the
you
truth.
just leave water by their bed?
We did.
Oh.
He was coughing. I went up there. I Spider-Man'd it up to the on.
Spider-Man
This is
by the
Milo
way,
or is this
he just made a verb
Is
out
this
of
Milo
Spider-Man.
or Jasper?
This is Milo's up on top, sleeping with his friend Genevieve. That's right, he was.
Whoa, Milo, get jiggy
He's a
with it.
player.
So there, he's asleep, but he's coughing, and I'm literally trying to wake him up because the coughing. Because I'm trying to either wake him up or put a pillow over his head. I didn't know which one I was going to do, so I'm trying to wake him. He's asleep. I have his little water bottle. I'm touching his face with the water bottle. Out cold. So then no coughing, and I'm literally I couldn't go up.
So if he wasn't awake, why were you going to wake him?
Wait a minute. I couldn't go up the ladder because
They're
Genevieve
on the
is
top
on this
bunk,
side.
first of
so
all.
I went and stood on top of the end table and leaned over. And I'm holding the water. I get it. I'm trying to get in his face like a bottle. Wouldn't work. And I'm thinking to myself, if he's asleep,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this should be okay. So I'm leaning there for a minute. My back's bothering me. I'm like, okay, that's good. Put the water back. Go back in bed. No sooner do I get in bed, he starts coughing again. I'm like, I'm going to kill somebody, and it's probably going to be him. So,
At least it wasn't me that you were going to kill.
well, and that's because of the booty blocking. I could have killed you.
See, I think the monitor thing is such a, it's funny because,
Says the guy with the bell.
well, but I think that, one of the greatest things, Izzy right now doesn't get out of bed, and she calls when she's up, and Asher.
And she's 3. No,
but
2, right?
She'll be 3 next week, or in 2 weeks, but 3 weeks. But anyways,
Actually, he's not quite sure
Asher,
if his
until
wife
he was
could call and say.
9, when he would wake up, and he was older, so he was like 9 years old. But we would hear, "Daddy, time to wake up, time to get out of bed." And
Yeah,
he was
he'd
like,
call you.
He would call you. He was trained not to. I basically trained him not to get out of bed because the worst thing is if they have the freedom to get out of bed, you'll see him at 3 o'clock in the
Our
morning.
kids
Right.
never get out of bed.
Right, and
they don't.
I'm telling you, I know you don't like the monitor, but without it, it's worse.
No. I don't mind the monitor in the night. When it's 5 a.m. and they cough, and you go in and check, and if they're okay, you come back, turn the I was just gonna curse.
I know
That's
you.
how tired.
I know
That's
you.
how tired I am.
Jamie's
Jamie.
ready
Jamie's
with
like,
the button.
It's okay. You can curse.
I'm
Jamie
so,
will censor you.
So tired. Whatever. So, but by the way, that comes after.
Oh, let him get up and make breakfast and do their thing.
If they're coughing,
They will do
they're
that.
not
at
going to
some point.
die.
I know.
Exactly.
They're not going to die if they cough.
I know that.
Right.
But they're killing me.
Right.
All right, slowly.
See, that's why I should just come and stay over because I was up from like 2 to 4 last night.
Doing what?
Just wide awake.
You were sure?
Just
or-
wide awake.
Was there any buzzing?
No booty block in there.
No. It was before the 2. That's why I fell asleep, and then
Jamie's worried.
You went a little
Then I
too
just-
hard with the.
then I wake.
friendly,
I'm a terrible sleeper anymore.
I need to finish the 2 other issues I have with my wife.
Oh,
right
I'm
now.
sorry. Go ahead.
If
Are we
That's okay.
airing all the dirty laundry
With
right
your wife?
coming out of the bed? Coming out of
Out of the gate.
out of
Can
the
I
gate.
reach him with this?
No, can I tell you my other issue? Not even with her, but
For all of those listening to the Miggs and Swig show here, if you have issues with your spouse or your children,
If you want to kill them both,
we would
please.
love to hear from you. 800-771-1025 or 727-579-1025.
who would ever call the other number if there's an 800 number?
I said that last week. I said the same exact thing last
He
time.
did.
I said the Bone 1025 Cox Media. Nobody needs a 1-800 number anymore. You don't get charged for long distance phone calls on your cell phone
Right.
or at your home for that
I
matter.
think the 800 number is easier to remember.
Yeah, I would
Right.
keep the 800 and get rid of the other one. We're going to wake Lisa up.
Right.
Okay, so your issues.
So my other issues is, first of all, so Milo, our oldest, the other day I'm in L.A. and Lisa said he starts screaming bloody murder because he had pink eye.
oh, yes.
Both of his
told me
eyes
about
were
that.
closed, right?
Am I allowed to talk?
Yeah,
oh,
I'm looking
yes.
right at
yes,
you.
absolutely. He had pink eyes, 2 pink eyes, not just one. Like most kids get it in one eye. He has it in both eyes.
But,
You should
but
stop
would
that.
it
So-
still be called pink eye?
I'm
would
calling it
would
pink eyes.
Does it become plural if you have it in both
yeah,
eyes? Or
I'm
is it
calling
still
it pink
eye?
eyes. I'm
So-
making up a new term for it.
So if you have cancer that leads to another part of your body, do you have cancers?
If they're at the same time.
Yeah, okay. Just
Yes,
go ahead.
you have
I'm
cancers.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, here's the thing. Thursday morning at 2:00 in the morning, I literally get. I honestly thought somebody was in their room murdering them. That's how
probably was
Milo
him.
was screaming.
It was
he
probably
wasn't
him.
home,
That
by
was
the
in
way.
LA.
He wasn't home.
He probably paid somebody.
It sounded like somebody was in there. I jumped out of bed, freaking out, running in there because he couldn't see because his eyes were swollen shut from the pink
Oh.
eyes.
Pink.
Pink eyes. So I go in there, and obviously I had to take him to the doctor because he needed some,
Yeah, he had poo in his eyes.
I was
Eye
just going to
drops.
say, did you tell him to stop wiping those dirty fingers in his eyes?
Gosh.
Well,
It's-
Thank God I know my kids wash their hands really well.
Yes.
we have a caller who I'd love. We have this screen in our studio that shows us the caller and what they're calling about. And William is calling about his nasty stepdaughter. So this will be interesting. Hi,
This
William.
is going to go well for you and your wife.
Yeah. Hi, William. Welcome to the show.
And I know some people are immediately thinking that the word nasty is a bit of an excessive word to use, but trust me, let me explain it, and then you'll agree with me.
Okay.
So she is, 14 years old and recently became a woman, and I hope that we all know what that means.
Yeah.
Yes.
Womanhood
Gotcha.
goes. So walking into her bathroom at times is like a minefield because she forgets where her trash can is. So you'll just walk in and there'll be things all over the floor.
Oh.
And you step in it.
Oh, so Aunt
I mean-
Flo is dirty, huh?
Oh, she is
Please, Ben.
definitely a pest. Also, on top of that, her room is just obnoxious, like past teenage disgusting level. I mean, I was in the Marine Corps, and every week in the barracks we had something called field day, where it was a collective group cleaning of everything in the room. And if you didn't pass, your sergeant came up to you and he implemented something called Chinese field day, where they take everything out of your room, wipe it down, and put it back in one by one. And I mean everything. So
Wow.
that's what I told her. If your room's not clean by Friday, we're doing this. And
What
sure enough, go ahead.
was her room clean by Friday?
No.
Oh.
So sure enough, I come home, fire and brimstone, and I mean bookshelves, the bed. When you got into her room, it was 4 walls and windows. There was nothing.
Oh, my God.
So I had her wipe everything down one by one, each book, wipe down each book one by one, put it back on the shelf, and finally got that room clean like that.
Well, let me ask you a question, William. Being a stepfather, and my wife is a stepmother to my son from a previous marriage, but how do you walk that? Do you have a hard time walking that line between being a parent, which you obviously are, but not being the real father? Is that a
No,
difficult
no.
line for you?
No, it really doesn't, because as I was talking to the phone screener, I mean, she is the sweetest person under the earth. Like, she really is the most generous, giving, caring, like, generous to a fault type of person. So in that respect, I mean, and she loves me to death, and she is so appreciative because she's had a rough childhood, younger years with, a previous stepfather and her actual father who's not in the picture. And I keep telling her, because she's scared that, I'm going to leave. And I keep telling her, Bianca, I've been here 2 years with you guys. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, William, you sound like a great guy, and we appreciate the phone call. And hold on, we're going to give you a episode of The Affair.
And
We'll give you the-
Penny
You
Dreadful.
guys already sent me the volume.
How about,
wait.
Hey, have you watched Penny Dreadful?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll send you that.
All right. Well, thank you for calling, William.
Thanks,
we appreciate it.
William.
And thank you for being such a good stepfather. And watch out for Aunt Flo. She's nasty.
Well, thank you for keeping me entertained on Sunday morning.
All right. We appreciate it. Thanks, William.
I was such a clean.
Oh my God,
I'm still clean. I'm not messy
cleanish.
in the bathroom, in
Me
my
either.
closet, in my bedroom, even in my house. You should have seen me yesterday. I was in the boys' rooms for probably almost 4 hours yesterday, cleaning them out. The closets, the bedrooms, the bathrooms. The front of their room in the hallway looks like, I've all got it. I have it all neatly arranged, but I have bags of clothes that I'm giving away.
Oh, that's how I
It's
am.
crazy.
Are you giving it to the health fund house?
Well,
We
your
do have a
son's
little
still
boy.
a little small.
Hey, I will storm.
I said the same thing. Instead, she gave all the stuff away. I don't know.
Well, no. One of our housekeeper sends it to her family in their family in Guatemala because these kids literally have no clothes
Yeah, well,
there.
so Jackson's a little more important than those kids in Guatemala.
I don't know.
Let's get some
I don't
things
know
Send
about
your
straight.
wife over to go through them.
Look.
Yeah, she can have some.
I forget what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
When Aunt Flo, it's funny that he says that she's messy. I go into like nesting mode when my
Are we
aunt,
gonna have this conversation right
yeah
now?
yeah
Oh, come on.
when my aunt is in town,
Yeah.
I want to clean everything all the time.
Yes.
It's so weird.
I get like that too.
It's hard to trust.
something that bleeds for 5 days every month and doesn't die.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
okay.
my God! You knew what he was going to say.
Jamie, how much
She's
time
heard me
do we
say it
have?
before.
People say
Too
that
much.
to me all the time.
Too much.
Because I haven't. We're talking about kids. I want to keep this going for a minute, and this might be you and I having a little bit.
Okay,
of an
great. I'll
argument.
just turn my microphone
Yeah,
off.
but-
No, no,
I'm
no, no,
out.
no,
All right.
oh,
I'm
no,
going to
no, no, I
stand
wanna
up
get
and
your,
look right at you then.
Joe, I want your.
This is
input
good.
here.
I want to hear these two go at it.
And
Actually,
this
can I be
is-
a referee?
Yeah, I can't imagine
All right,
what's
go ahead.
happening
Listen,
here.
this is different because we can't count Ben because he has the bell,
Yeah.
so we don't
Right.
really know what's going on at his house. By
He's
the way,
not really a father.
Oh, I'll
by
be
the way,
a neutral party.
we're Bone TV. What is
Yes.
that? How can people watch us? Bone
They go to
Online.
boneonline.com and go to Bone TV.
And we also have this other thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what else we're on right now.
Yeah, are you Periscope?
Periscope or Meerkat or
Facebook Live.
oh yeah, you can
So we're
say that.
Facebook Live right now too.
Oh,
God,
Just
I
go
always
to,
on
get
there.
notifications
if
of
you
that.
go to
I love
Miggs Music, you can see
it. Oh,
us a
look,
little
see,
bit
it
live.
just did.
There you go.
It's so annoying.
I don't
All
get
right.
it.
All right. So
yes, I do.
All right. So wait a minute. So my other issue is this.
Yeah, what?
When I'm done brushing my teeth in the morning,
Oh, boy.
I want to know this. So how do you clean your toothbrush? And Ben, I'm going to ask you first, or do you just use the bell and Nadia cleans your toothbrush?
800-771-1025.
How do I clean it?
Yes.
Like after I'm done brushing, or
No, when you're done
you-
putting it in your butt. Yes, when you're.
Brush your teeth. How do you clean your toothbrush?
I just wipe it under the water.
okay.
okay.
Like normal people.
Like normal people,
Yes.
but then sometimes I use an electric toothbrush, but what I don't do is clean the base of it, and so sometimes I have to. It builds up
A little
lot of-
coagulated toothpaste
little
there.
coagulated toothpaste
Okay.
there. Yeah. All right. So how do you clean your toothbrush when you're leaving
Well,
that question?
He does it the wrong way.
What's the right way?
The right way is when you're
Bless you,
done.
JJ.
You tap it on the side.
No.
Of your,
What do you tap it
No.
for?
well, because you have toothpaste in it,
No.
and you want to get rid of it.
So you don't use water to clean your toothbrush?
Yes, water, and then I tap it. And Lisa yells at the kids because they're tapping it to get all the old toothpaste out.
But it's
it's
all over their
out.
sink. It gets all over their sink, and it looks. Jasper doesn't do it. Only Milo.
By the way,
does.
you can clean the sink. You
But
clean it.
why? Why would you want to?
All right, listen, we know what? We're going to have to come back. And we have someone on the line. We're going to have to come back, John. You're going to have to stay with us on the line because you are tuned in the Miggs and Swig show. We have the juice with JoJo, getting swiggy with Ben Swig, Lisa Out Loud. I don't know if we're doing yay or nay, but we got JJ. You have Tell Me Something Good with Me. Much more to come from the best show, as I said on radio, at least on Sundays, at least Sunday
10 to
mornings from
12.
10 to 12. If not both hours, the first hour, at least the first 20 minutes. Simply the best radio around.
Some point.
If you
At
don't
some
count
point.
Sirius, of course. You have it tuned to Miggs and Swig Show, talking life out loud and easing you into this Sunday morning. We get back, you'll be the first call to tell me something good that's happened in the news this week, and we'll give you season 2 of Penny Dreadful, season 1 of The Affair from Showtime. 800-771-1025. We're back right after these words. All right, you are listening to Miggs and Swig Show.
Did you
What?
hear that segment about the Mike Calta? The little commercial before said he pretty much doesn't do anything on Sundays. He's pretty much a Buccaneer.
Oh, that's not funny.
It's really funny.
Hey, before the break, we were talking about basically about kid bashing, my own kids, which I love them dearly, and I love them so much that I'm going kayaking with them today, which will
Oh
be.
my God, that's fun.
We went yesterday, and it started out pretty good until we get Milo in about 6 inches of water on the kayak,
I mean, I was in it with
Six-
up to my ankle. That's how high the water
and
was.
he starts freaking out that he's going out to sea, basically. Jasper's on the back like, well, what's going on? I just want to ride this thing.
So weird that your son would be dramatic.
So we had to bring him in, and then
I wonder where he gets it from.
but then I couldn't not be mad at him. And I'm like, get back in here. Stop making a scene. Don't make a scene. I got to read this book. I just bought a book called, what is it, Lisa? Something about
Something
not
about yelling.
Yell
orange.
less, love more. So I've got to do a better
oh,
job.
yelling worked just fine for me.
Yeah, look at you. All
I
right,
know.
hey, before the break, we did, John has been waiting patiently on the line to talk about a story about his son.
Hi,
John, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, mine's kind of a cute little story. I'm not kid bashing today. I usually do. But, hey, before I say that, I want to stick my nosy nose here and give you my opinion about something. I love your show. You're only on once a week. Is there any way? We all want you to go to a 4-hour show. So next time you guys are in the board meeting, just bring that up.
Thank you.
We would really like a 4-hour show. I think you guys could fill it with content.
We
and
agree.
We'd love to hear it.
John, we appreciate that, and you can go to the Bone Online to the contact page and find John Brennan. He's the program director, and please just send him a little email.
Yes,
we would
thank
greatly
you.
appreciate it.
We love
I'll do
John.
it tomorrow.
Anything
thank
you
you.
want now, John, is yours.
That's John Brennan. Remember, John Brennan, I think, at coxmedia.com.
The rest of the show is
you.
yours, John. Go on.
Yep. Oh, okay. Well, let's hear some Led Zeppelin then.
Oh. Hey, Mom, this is the way you grow. This is the way you walk. Well, there's a light in
All right, so
That would be karaoke.
what's your story about your son, John?
I'll tell you about my son. He's 18 now, but he was a good kid. You thought made me think of this when he said that your kids aren't allowed to get up or they sleep through the night or they don't get up at night. And our son never really did, and he never really did. But one time he was 4 or 5. So we get up in the morning and go check on him. His mom and dad, she freaks out he's not there. She's yelling and screaming. I get up. We go in the kitchen, and first thing we see is that the refrigerator door is open, and food is all over the ground, and the dog's there eating food.
Oh.
And to her horror, our son is standing there. He had a chair where he could stand on, and he was laying on the ground. His head was bleeding.
Oh, my
Oh.
God.
So we grabbed him. Of course, we took him to the hospital and got some stitches. We didn't question it too much. We didn't know what was going on. And later on that night when he woke up, we were asking him, "What were you thinking, Tristan? What were you thinking?" And he goes, "I just wanted to make you and Mama some breakfast."
Oh. John, I missed it. How old was he at the time?
He was about 4. He was about a year before. He was just starting a preschool, so he was about 4.
Wow.
Or, yeah, not kindergarten, pre-kindergarten, but preschool. So he was about 4, maybe 5.
That's
And,
enough. That's enough to all those stories that Don was talking about, wanting to kill your kid, and I'm sure that you had some episodes, and every parent has that, as growing up. But when you hear stories like that, that's why you have
That's
kids
great.
right there. That
was the first time I cried in front of him. And he said that I cried. I was like, I
Well,
should-
so
John, you are
cute.
certainly more man than me because I cry all the time in front of my kids.
well, yeah.
Well, they make
I
me.
don't even.
Yeah, but
he's
say they make you
18.
cry.
You do.
And there's nothing better. I know it's people don't want to talk about it so much, but there is nothing better than kids. I mean, it really in the end is the whole reason for being alive.
Absolutely.
For me, and there's nothing against people who don't want them. That just means they're not good people.
Well,
but that's not up to me to say.
John, we appreciate your calling in, and we appreciate your support. Remember that you can go to the contact page. John Brennan. Go email him. Write him a long email. Tell him you want to see more Miggs and Swig, and we appreciate it. And hold on the line. We're gonna give you season 2 of Penny Dreadful and season 1 of The Affair, just because you're such a good
and
guy,
a date
John.
with JJ. Go.
And
right.
Miggs CD.
Okay.
Ooh.
Thank you very much. Hold on the line.
Hey.
Tell me something good. Don't mix. Don't mix. Tell me something good. Don't mix.
I know it's your segment, but can I just tell you?
God,
can I
here
just
it
tell you
goes.
something? Can I tell you something good? People like us.
They do.
People
You're
like
right.
us.
They do.
I mean, we've had
They
2
do.
callers today that say they like our show.
Yeah, I paid
calling.
both of them.
People are listening.
1-800-771-1025. Call us and tell us more about how much you like
And
us.
email John Brennan.
All right. All right. Can I tell you something good? All right. give me
Yes.
this. So
Sorry.
Might tell you something good. Really, I'm going to start with something just kind of funny. I have a new segment I do want to come up with.
Okay.
That I think is worth all of our time. I'm looking at each of you. I want everyone to agree, and I don't care what Ben says. He can be out on his bell while we're having this conversation.
Out of my way.
I would your bell.
Oh.
I would like to do a segment called Torture Ben Swig. Is
Yes.
anyone in?
Can I tell you, last week when the Wax Cabana came in here, Loy from the Wax Cabana stopped in and gave Ben was it a Guyzillion?
Guyzillion. Yes.
And we waxed it all. The pain that he was in brought me the most joy that I have had, and I can't tell you how long.
That's
to
so
see
great.
his face, because I was sitting there, and his head was down at this end with the screen up, and I
Good
could
thing his
just
butt wasn't at this
no,
end.
I would not have vision this week, but watching his reaction, I mean, it was something special. You're a real trooper, and I'm real proud you followed through with that one.
I don't know how to respond to that. I appreciate you calling me a trooper, but the fact that
I
you
love
were
my
so
segment.
happy that I was in
I
such
was.
pain. And let me tell you something. The difference between I've shaved down there before, but
Keep
I've never gotten a wax. And usually after a couple days of shaving, you get the 2-3 days shadow. But I gotta tell you, it's still smooth. It's a week later, it's still good. So, but I'm not gonna ever
this is
ever
my segment.
ever
Never
do it again. Right.
Hey, we were telling me something good.
All right, so
All right,
ahead.
all right,
so
so-
we're gonna do torture Ben.
Let me tell you
segment.
what happened. So, let me just say this. So, first of all, we have some friends that, and I've said this a couple of times, that they were friends of ours, but it's sort of been nice. The South Tampa Dermatology.
You go.
I got to tell you, they've become sponsors of the show, advertisers of the show, completely because they like listening to the show. And Lisa and I go there.
Yes.
We get our skin checked for cancer there. Lisa has
I need to go get a facial.
Lisa's done facial peels, tattoo removal there, and I've now just done 2 sessions of Forma, which how's my neck looking?
Your
from
clucker's
Forma?
going away.
Instead of a quad chin, it's gone down to about a double chin.
That's not very nice. So, what is happening is that Jim over there loves the show. He listens and said, "Look, I want you guys to do more things on air like that because it seemed really fun." And we didn't do the last thing with South Bay, but I got to tell you seriously,
South Tampa Dermatology.
South Tampa. I like them so much.
South Bay's in Long Island.
I like
sweetheart.
them so much. 813-872-9551. Tell them Miggs and Swig sent you. I'm telling you, you
They're
need
wonderful.
tattoo removal. You want to do a facial peel. You want to get your skin checked for cancer.
Tattoo removal that does not hurt, by the way. They inject you with lidocaine and it doesn't hurt.
So what are we gonna do for this segment?
So when Jim and I were talking when I was in there, I said, yeah, we should do something more with Ben. It would be fun. And we thought of a little bro talks. So the idea is this.
Just listen.
The
Ben.
idea is this. If you're willing to do this on March 6th, live on the air here, and it's for you, it's not going to cost you anything. They will come in.
Let's do it.
If sweat stains are an issue at all under your arms.
Oh, my
Yeah.
cousin did this.
Just pretend they are.
Okay,
You don't
yeah,
have
they
to
are.
pretend. I'm sure that you have some issue with it.
I don't. I mean, I'm a sweater, but I
There
use
you go.
which I shouldn't. And I know it's bad for you.
Don't even
I
say it.
use
Don't even
No,
say
I
it.
use antiperspirant.
Yeah, of
He's
course.
which is not good for you, but
It's
I do
terrible
use it.
for
Right.
you.
He uses
Yeah.
Axe body spray.
All right, so here's what I want to do.
After those commercials, hell
gonna-
yeah, I use Axe body
If
spray.
sweat stains are an issue, I'm glad my segment's gone so well. They're going to do 12 Botox shots under your arm, and you'll be sweat-free for 7 months.
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
Anyone out
through the
there, you're going
summer.
to ruin less shirts for
Yes.
Lent, which is good.
I'll do
For
that.
Lent.
You'll get the Botox going.
I'm a Jew. What do I need to give up for
Well-
Lent? All right, let me ask you a question though. If now we probably need Jim to call in to give me some advice on this, but Lisa just said, and I know it's a fact, that antiperspirant isn't good for you because your body is supposed to naturally sweat, right?
Well, and the aluminum that they put in there is not good for your body.
So it's not the fact that it stops you from sweating?
No, I don't think so. I think it's how they stop you from sweating.
Oh, see, I thought it was, but okay. So, but I thought it naturally. So if I'm blocking either way through antiperspirant or
not
Botox, is that
not booty block.
No,
But
it's the
am I-
ingredients.
okay, so I'm not. It's okay to stop your body from naturally sweating.
Yes. Well, yes. I don't know if that's an issue. I've never heard of that being an issue, but I know it's the ingredients in the antiperspirant.
All right, listen,
Well,
it's-
I'll do it.
you're going
I
to
don't
do it.
care.
You're
was gonna-
going to
okay.
do it.
I was gonna say if he doesn't do it, I'll do
Oh,
it.
then forget it. Then if you want to do it,
I would totally do
I
it. I
wanna
hate
do
when I
it.
wear like white tank tops and
Okay.
stuff, and I always end up having to
Ben's
throw
out.
them out.
Ben is out. JoJo's going to get the she's going to
Look
get
at
the
his face.
Botox.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm
Hey, by
fine
the way,
because I get to laugh at the same. Botox. doesn't
there's something
hurt.
It doesn't-
I
it
did want to
pinches.
actually have my tell me something good, but we've lost that. We've lost that. But since Scott is still on the line and does have something nice to say, I would like to hear it. Scott,
Hopefully, yes. I know.
how are you doing, Scott?
I didn't talk to you guys. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks for calling.
I don't understand about this John Brennan guy. He has a show plays that's previously recorded from the morning in Texas. Is that right?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
No, I don't understand John Brennan or the Bones. You guys should have your own show.
All day long.
All week long. I like where your head's
Oh,
at,
I
Scott.
see what you're saying, Scott. So you're saying that we should kick Mike Calta, we should kick Drew Garabo, we should kick them all off the show, and just have 100% programming Miggs and Swig. I love
We're
the idea.
definitely better looking.
Absolutely. But I don't understand why they have a previously recorded show from the morning in Texas.
Because
I agree.
Because they make a lot
They
of
make
money,
a lot of
Scott.
money. Hey, if we get a lot more
I
advertisers,
think you guys would kill him.
Thank you.
All day long.
We
So do
appreciate
we.
it, Scott. Email Scott Brennan.
John.
John
John
Brennan.
Brennan.
John
Oh, my
Brennan.
goodness.
It's going to be now.
Jesus.
It's now going to be a campaign.
yes,
you
and
go.
you know what?
Yay.
Let's give this guy anything he wants that we have.
Yeah, hold on to the line. Whatever we have, Ryan will let you know, and you can have your pick.
can have all of
you
it.
can have the pick of the booty,
All right, listen. So my
and not
real
Lisa,
tell me something.
not Lisa and JoJo's booty.
How
Sorry.
much time do I have left?
None.
I have 2 minutes. Good. This is going to be a great segment. What I wanted to talk about, I have to keep this video on my wife and her boobs and her arms. What I wanted to talk about.
Her boobs do
Here you
look
go.
good.
Here you go, Joe. You want to hold this?
I
and
was
just
gonna do it for you.
Don't put it on my
is
boobs,
we're
Joe.
doing this. We are doing this supper club. We do it once every 3 months, and what it basically is that we went to an event that there were a bunch of people standing around. They paid money to get in. It was way too crowded in a place that was sort of cold, and everyone was holding watered down drinks and crappy food. I could say crappy food, right?
You just did.
Crappy food. So they're
3
holding
times.
this garbage food, and they're trying to have conversation while they're looking to see celebrities and athletes that they're
Sneaker
not going to
sniffers.
be able to get near. So we came up with an idea that, you know what? Why don't we just do it with 16 people every 3 months? We'll raise $20,000 to $40,000 or $15,000 to $40,000 with 16 people in a 4-hour period. All the money will go directly to a charity, and they'll be able to sit at a table with Joe Madden, Tom from Plain White Tees, Willa Ford, like all these different people and people in the community that they respect. And it's been working out incredibly well. And we just did it Thursday night, right when I got back from LA. And we had a really great time with some new people. And I just wanted to say thank you to people who give in the community. But we were able to raise, for this one, it was almost $19,000. For what charity, Lisa?
It's going to the Tampa Bay Business. Oh boy, Set of Arts. Something about Tampa Bay Business. Something for the
Community arts.
Community arts or something.
So we
I
do.
Oh my
so
God, I can't remember.
It's pretty cool
Shoot.
because all 16 people get to pick a charity that get there, and Lisa picks one out of the hat, and all the money goes to that. and then we pay for everything else. All the money's going to the charity. It's a really cool event.
Tampa Bay businesses for culture and the arts.
I wish that would seem like a stretch. We could have really helped somebody.
Relationships with culture and arts.
Oh man, we should have helped kids with that one. So, but it's a really cool thing, and it usually sells out within 15 minutes or so. Like people are like, boom,
I haven't got an invite to it yet, but hopefully I will.
Are you going to pay $750 to come?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, we thought no. We actually thought no. Which is why
Ben's on the list now.
What do I give? What do I give you for Christmas? I donate to the DeBartolo Family Foundation.
Yes, you're right.
All right, so look, we have a lot more show coming up here. We are. We have, and first of all, thank you to Showtime because they sponsor this segment for sure. But with the Penny Dreadfuls and the affairs, they're giving away lots of things for us, which is great. And our new show, Lisa and I just started watching Billions. We saw episode 1, and it's a great show. I think that they nail it. They nail it all the time. That's what I think. I don't know. So you're listening to Miggs and Swig show. I think we have to go to commercial. When we get back, it's going to be JoJo.
The juice.
Talking about the juice. JoJo, you want to give us any sort of a teaser quickly into commercial here on the Miggs and Swig show?
Would you rather?
Ooh,
well,
I
would you
love
rather?
those questions.
Let's find out coming up here on the Miggs and Swig show after these words.
Truth or
Every time this comes on, I like hearing it.
Me too.
Oh, I love that song.
All right. By the way, that's a song called Stars from the band Miggs, which I happen to be in. You can go to Spotify. You can go to MiggsMusic.com. I don't know. Just get the dang music, okay? Because I'm working too many jobs. I need some help. All right, so, hey, welcome back to the Miggs and Swig show, 1-800-771-1025. We've been having just a humdinger of a time, as I've said.
Humdinger?
I like that.
Best radio out there at 10:40 in the morning on a Sunday. The best, number one. JoJo, you want to do a little juice?
Sure. Is that all you wanted to say?
And now, talking about the juice with JoJo. Rolling down the screen, searching headlines, talking about the juice. Here's JoJo.
Hello. Oh my God, my ear. It's driving me insane. The hole is not big enough for this jack.
Jamie.
For my headphones.
Just say nothing and move on?
Just pretend it didn't happen.
Right,
for my headphones, and it gets real loose, and then I can only hear in one ear, and it drives me insane. Then I have to hold it, and it's very annoying.
Oh, well, it happens.
It's annoying when you have to hold it.
I know. Just
go
fit.
on.
Just be a perfect fit.
That hand is close to that button.
Oh, my God, go.
Okay, so I do want to play a little Would You Rather because I saw one on BuzzFeed that I thought was pretty funny, and I do want to play that with you all because I think our listeners really need to get a better feel for who we are.
All right.
I want them to get to know you.
Me or you?
All of us. I think it's important.
Right.
One thing that I did see, though, a little bit of celebrity juice. Jennifer Hudson's ex, I think he was her brother-in-law. He was the one that murdered her brother-in-law, her mother, and her 7-year-old nephew, which was almost 10 years ago already.
What? Really?
2008. But now he's coming forward. It was his first interview that he did, and he says he did not do it.
Oh, come on.
Is there evidence that he did?
Yes. People that saw,
not like
eyewitnesses.
making a murder evident.
Well, that's what I think that this is. I think that he's trying to blame it. He's saying that it's a conspiracy with the Chicago PD, that they set him up and they framed him.
After 8 years now, he's
that
saying
it's a larger conspiracy. He was,
wow.
So anyway,
Well, good luck to him.
I hope he rots for the rest of his life like he's supposed to.
And Hello Kitty.
Okay. Oh, the Oscars are tonight. So I wanted to talk about that.
No, Joy.
Oh. I know you don't like award shows.
I haven't seen any of them.
Right.
No, Revenant.
Yes,
Can we talk about their gift
else
baskets
do we
at some point?
Their swag bags.
$220,000 worth of stuff this year.
What?
Yeah, for
I want an Oscar
presenters and for nominees. $220,000.
Oh, for presenters too. You know what? I'm in the middle of writing a screenplay, and it's going to, as long as I even just get to be a presenter, I'm gonna cash out.
Yeah, cash outs.
Oh my God. So I do want to do some picks and talk a little bit about that. But first,
We could do that at the end of the show.
okay. Would you rather?
I would rather that,
Would you
yes.
rather change your gender every time you sneezed or confuse babies with muffins?
May I answer?
Yeah,
please, if you're
Confuse
ready.
babies with muffins because I like to
don't
nibble on them
understand
anyway.
That's what I said. But then I didn't know if it was the actual, like, I would eat a baby.
Babies
Oh, that
with
would be
muffins. Babies into muffins?
I think you're just, like, you confuse babies and muffins. So you would
Yeah, look, I'd
love
like
up on a muffin.
I'd like to change my sex every time I sneeze. I think you could get away with a lot that way, depending on the situation. Achoo!
And then you're
I'm a girl.
That's how it would
I'm back
work.
to a
But
boy.
then what if
so
you
if
don't
I'm going for a
sneeze?
job interview, achoo, I'm a boy.
But what if you don't
if I'm going
sneeze
in,
for
if I'm
six-
trying to get out of
for
a
months?
ticket, if I'm trying to get out of a ticket, achoo, I'm a hot woman.
I don't know how this man,
Hey, I'm
this
just-
man
this is not-
married twice.
Hold on.
I
this,
don't know how it
this
happened.
is not. I didn't mean that from a non-political, politically correct standpoint. I meant that as the truth, and it's sad. So let me just. I should have prefaced it by that way.
Jamie was ready to say
no.
something.
If you think about it, you want to give them free for ladies' night, ladies drink free.
Yeah,
Achoo! Boom!
Thank
free
you,
alcohol.
Jamie.
There you
I'm
go.
with you on this one.
But then you
Exactly.
become the man when you get in because you have a higher tolerance for the alcohol.
No, I would.
doesn't have to
I
be
would
a
stay.
real sneeze.
I would stay a woman because I think it's a lot easier for a woman to
Oh,
go to a
no.
bar and get picked up. I mean, look, if you wanted every night to go pick up a guy at a bar, chances are, and if you just wanted to have a one-night stand, chances are a woman would have a much better success rate than a man. Do you agree or disagree, Jojo? You look at me
I
like
want to know if
shocked.
everyone
Well, I
else
just-
agrees.
I-
1-800-771-1025 if you agree with this, or find us on Twitter, Facebook, any of those, and tell us if you agree that women have a much better, much easier shot. What's even what?
Okay.
your
Here's the
premise?
point. Here's the point. If I walked into a bar and saw a woman and said, "You want to come home with me?" right? I would have a much lower success rate if if I were a woman walking up to a man and
I don't
saying,
know. It depends.
"Do you want to come
what you
home
look
with
like
me?"
as a woman, Benny.
By the way, you know what doesn't
well-
happen to me? People saying no to this.
Oh my goodness.
So, anyways, I would pick sneezing gender change.
But I guess it just depends how often you sneeze.
Oh, does it have to be a real sneeze? Or can you just do it on demand? Achoo!
Would you rather?
Thank you, Joe. Move along.
Would you rather be sexually attracted to fruit or have Cheeto dust permanently on your fingers?
Ooh, be allergic to fruit.
Sexually attracted.
Oh,
to
sexually. I thought you
Oh,
said
I'd do
allergic.
some damage to a pineapple.
Sexually, I'd rather be sexually attracted to fruit. I
So
would,
every time that you saw a piece of fruit, you would just lose your
well,
mind.
there are some things you
Hide
can do
the
with certain
bananas.
pieces of fruit.
Hide the bananas,
Be careful
Don.
how we say
Hide the
anything.
bananas, Don.
Oh no, I keep those in full view. Go on.
Would you? You didn't answer
I'm not answering because I honestly
He doesn't
I don't
wanna
remember
play
the-
your
I don't
games.
remember the question.
because you're not listening to me. Would you rather have Twizzlers for hair or permanent markers for fingers?
Twizzler for hair.
100%.
Rasta.
Twizzler for hair.
And then I would just eat my hair because it would just keep growing back Twizzlers. So I'd always have that low-fat, delicious candy for my weave.
Gluten free.
Yeah. No, low fat. Would you rather have crayons for teeth or have your arms switched with your legs?
Oh my gosh. Arms for feet.
Okay.
I think
Radio
so too.
silence is not good.
I
people.
think so too.
Would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life?
Hell no.
Or feel like you have to sneeze but not be able to?
Oh my god.
sneeze but not
Sneeze.
be able to?
Oh,
Sneeze.
really? God, that drives me insane.
It drives you insane. But can you imagine having hiccups? How annoying hiccups are for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my god.
exhausting.
That would
Actually,
be,
there was a girl locally who has that affliction.
yes.
There's-
And then
Yes.
didn't she kill somebody?
Yes.
She killed somebody.
And guess
She
where
killed
she's
somebody.
from?
Tampa.
Tampa.
Tighten
And what do
up,
we say
Tampa.
that? Tighten up, Tampa.
She was
Tighten up,
mad
Tampa.
because she had hiccups. She murdered somebody.
Would you rather have to walk around naked or sleep for a year? I'm assuming with walk
I
around
don't
naked is
know.
forever.
And you'd be able to be legal, right? I mean, you wouldn't get arrested
I
for it.
guess.
I'd sleep for a year.
I think I might sleep for a year too. I'd get cold. Walking around naked.
I don't mind that, baby.
Don,
you warm
do
me
you
up?
want to chime in on
No.
one of these?
No,
He's
none
not
of
said a
these.
thing.
He doesn't want to play these games.
Lame. Would you rather use eye drops full of sand or toilet paper made of sandpaper?
Oh,
Toilet paper made of sandpaper.
What?
Because you could just dab.
Oh, but what about wiping your? What happens if you take a wet poo and you got to do? You know, like a 30 white poo. Some are
just
pretty clean, right?
dab.
Some, you have
I
some of
wonder
those
if
ones
you-
that are clean.
What if you wet the sandpaper?
Take a shower.
And would it be softer?
Oh.
If you hate
Wait,
these questions
hold
as
on.
much as I do,
JJ.
1-800-771-1025.
You are
the phone.
so
JJ has
lame.
He
spoken
does
and we
love
all
you,
missed
though.
it. JJ
Oh.
has spoken, and when she speaks, it is brilliant. She said, "Just take a shower."
Yes, I heard
Instead
that.
of what?
Take a shower.
Oh, so when you're out in public at dinner and you have to take a shadoobie and then
Go
you
up to the sink.
then you just go to the sink and pull your pants down.
I would.
All right.
I like Shadoobie.
Would you rather be stranded? I stole that from Chelsea Handler. Would you rather be stranded on an island with someone you absolutely hate or be totally alone?
Alone.
Alone.
Really?
Somebody I
Absolutely.
hate. At least it's company.
Nope.
You know.
No, because what if it is like the most annoying person that you hate, though?
Have you seen
like, what if-
Castaway? You
Yes,
go a
but
little nuts.
I'm thinking, okay, who do you hate? I wouldn't say
Well, no,
names.
we're not going to say
but-
names.
No,
I mean, there are
wouldn't
some
say
people that I
names.
don't like very much. But here's the thing. You're either going to do that or you're going to create a tennis ball or a volleyball named Wilson and
I'm gonna
become
give you
friends
initials.
with Wilson.
No, can I?
Oh,
I have
Like,
a,
think about someone like that.
I have a
well, at
better
least we can
question.
talk sports.
Oh, no. Now you
I
want
have
to
a
talk.
better question. Would you rather be alone on that deserted island or be with someone of the same sex or the opposite sex if you're gay, but you are going to be attracted to a sex that you are not typically attracted to, and now.
Oh, you're making this
What?
so
What?
complicated.
I'd be fine with that.
I
If
don't
it was,
even
if
understand
it
what
was
he
like
said.
Pamela
Yeah.
Anderson,
My problem is
I'd take it.
I'm hating all of this from you guys.
Well, I
so
guess the
far.
question. So your question
This
is
isn't your segment.
Good point.
somebody you're attracted to
Thank you.
that is of the same sex. So eventually you might turn gay.
No, I'd be up for it. What I'd say if it was just like me and another guy on the island, even if I hated him, at some point he and I'd be he and I'd
throw
be,
down.
He and I'd be going.
Yeah. You got to get your rocks off.
We were going baby
Yeah,
blockers.
I get it.
Baby blocker. That's
Well, I feel like there's
Butt
a
to butt?
possibility of having a come to Jesus if you hate somebody or you have it out with them.
You would have to clear it up.
You know what I
right?
mean? So you work through it and then it's fine. And
But
if it's
there
a guy like that I hated or whatever, then you just
I
have
think
sex
there
all
are
the time
just
and don't talk.
Some people that I cannot stand, and I couldn't stand being around them.
Fair enough.
all right.
I think
Okay.
either way, you're going to end up alone on that island because somebody's going to die.
That's right.
Right.
Good point.
I'd
And then
rather
you
be
eat
alone.
them.
Oh
At
my
least
God.
you can kill them and eat them.
Oh,
There's
there you go.
the
Nobody
solution.
would ever know. I wouldn't get in trouble.
Oh my god.
Okay, my final question. Would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life?
No.
Or join in once to stop it?
No. No. Oh God, I can't even.
These
no.
are great. These
I-
are awesome.
That might
My
be the
parents are
best
divorced.
question.
So my parents are divorced.
I'm just
good.
saying they're together. You pretend they're together. What would you rather?
I walked in on my parents once,
Did you?
and I thought my dad was having a heart attack because my mom was on top of my dad, and I thought my dad was having a heart attack.
So
And I
the sh-
walked in, and it's still so fresh.
How
in my
old
gut.
were
And that's
you?
when Ben started drinking.
I was probably 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Can you remember that?
Oh, I remember like it was yesterday.
But
Asher,
did you know what
Asher
sex
walked in
was?
on Nadia and I once.
Did he?
And then we pretended like we were wrestling right when we walked in the
Naked.
door.
Of course, that's the move.
But no, I remember it like it was yesterday. I thought my dad was having a heart attack.
So would you
And my
have
mom-
wanted to join in once to?
at
'Cause you'd have to
no,
see it
it's-
every day.
Put it this way, it's in my head. Some years later, but 6 years old, and it's still in my head. So I don't know the answer to that
Ew.
question. I don't want to play your game. I wanted to play your game up to that question. I was cool with every other one.
ladies and gentlemen, that is JoJo giving you the no-no. I don't know what that even means.
No, I don't give the no.
No,
Listen,
you don't.
if you're
Not
interested in
little bit?
dating,
No.
if you're interested in dating
yeah.
JoJo, she is available for parties, bar mitzvahs.
How long do I have?
You're done.
Oh, I have 2 seconds.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
30.
Oh,
We're going to go to commercial, though,
All right.
Joe. Listen, we got a lot more show coming up, okay? We have Getting Swiggy with him. We're going to probably talk mostly over him
Ben? Perfect.
because he talked all over mine. We have Lisa doing Lisa Out Loud. We have JJ probably not doing anything, but we want to talk Oscars for sure.
yes.
So Oscars are going to become important. We have much more to come here. Here on Miggs and Swig Show. Back after these words.
Ready for Miggs and Swig. Don Miggs, Ben Swig, JoJo, Lisa, and JJ. From music to marriage, from politics to parenting, from dating to deep thoughts of sports. This is one show you don't want to miss. Miggs and Swig. Life out loud.
Let's get the show on the road!
Well, hello, welcome back to the Miggs and Swig Show. I keep looking at what time it is. It's 11 o'clock, so we are back here at hour number 2 of the show. I'll tell you what I would love to do. I would do a 4-hour show happily on Sunday morning.
Me too.
Happily. I know Jamie is excited about that prospect.
Woo.
Woo. He's so excited. My wife.
Ryan more so for being up all night long anyway.
And if you want to hear us more, we have a campaign going. Please email John Brennan here at the radio station. You can
What's
find
our
it on
hashtag?
More Miggs and Swig.
Oh, okay.
Please. Always say please. It's kind.
Oh.
Hashtag more Miggs and Swig, please.
Okay.
Hey, did anyone listen to the Mike Calta show when he started giving Ben all sorts of garbage? There was someone who had a sword fighter who killed a wife, or wife came out with a sword. And
JoJo was listening.
Yes,
to that.
I was
Tell
listening.
us the story.
what happened with that?
Well, they had a caller who was driving Carmen insane. He just kept calling back. So they finally ended up putting him on the air, and he was trying to promote his kung fu taekwondo fighting training that he does. He was supposed to be some guru, and the more that they were talking to him, I mean, he was nothing. He knew nothing about anything.
He wasn't a true ninja like me.
No. So that's what they were wanting, because they asked him if he would come into the studio and let them throw things at him and see if he could,
Chop suey.
bob and weave and duck and dodge.
Right.
And he was like, yeah. And then they were saying I think Rob had said to put him up against Swigs.
Right, they have me as Swigs. It is Swig, people. One.
He's taking one
not plural.
swig.
There's only one Swig in this world, and it's me. Well, there's a couple of us, but
Hey, Swig, since we're talking about you,
Yes.
I have a question.
my favorite topic.
I know that. Trust me, I know.
Same with Don.
I ain't much, but I'm all I
My
think
favorite
about.
topic is Ben.
No, it's
When
you.
we were
Yes.
at the break, you were playing a little Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on the guitar. So I was curious, how is that guitar playing going that you've been doing?
It's stagnant right now. I found the problem is, Don. I mean, you're a little different because I think you're a unicorn when it comes to a musician, because you have a business sense and you have, reliable and show. And nothing against musicians, but typically because they're so talented with the music side of their brain and the artistic side of the brain, that the other side of the brain is somewhat lacking.
Ben, 3 sessions in L.A. while I was there, 4 actually. Not one time did the person I was either writing with or producing show up on time.
Right. So
one came 2.5 hours late.
Right. So So I'm trying to find a teacher who I can rely on to be, because one of my pet peeves is being on time, and not only be on time but show up. I've had a couple of people just not show up. So
I got you one.
So it's been a little frustrating.
I got you one.
You got me one?
Yep.
Okay.
But you want someone to come to you?
Well, I mean, I'd go to them as long as it's not in like St. Pete or Clearwater. So
how about on Cypress, right on or whatever on
West Cypress?
West Cypress Street?
Are you talking about Soho Guitars?
Yeah, because they just got a teacher there.
I talked to your uncle about it, and he said he was getting somebody. I didn't know they did. I would be interested. I did try an online teacher, which was actually pretty interesting.
It's interesting, but it's not.
It's not the same thing, So it's been a minute since I have given guitar lessons.
Well, I think you should do it, but I got to tell you, the folks at Soho Guitar, and that is my uncle. If you play guitar at all, and we've talked about this a couple times, on March 9th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m., they're doing an open mic right there. It's free, 3313 West Cypress Street in Tampa. Just bring your instrument and a lawn chair. It's going to be a genuine hoedown or a Joe down. I don't know if she's going to be there with her beer. Joe, will you just be bringing beer, like a cooler, to that event?
Yeah, I'll bring a cooler beer.
All right. Just bring some bud. You and some bud.
I'll bring a lot of buds.
All right. So if you want to go to the Joe Down, which is what I want to call it, March 9th, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m.
Is that synonymous with a hoedown?
3313.
I bet you're pretty familiar with those.
West
JoJo.
Cypress Street in Tampa.
boy.
Bring your instrument and lawn chair. It is an open mic. 813-871-1872 for more details, or just go to them and get your guitar worked on. I don't know
Maybe
what
I'll
you're
go
doing.
one day.
Yeah, you know what's nice about going there, though? You're not going to hear, it's different than the big guitar shops or these big music stores. No one's going to be playing Stairway to Heaven or Smoke on the Water. So that's a good thing. But most important, I want to get swiggy with it, and we have a caller to start the swiggy, but let's first get swiggy with it.
Getting swiggy with it. Getting swiggy with it. Getting swiggy with it.
Benjamin, I need you to tell us the story. How you saved your life. Would you like to bring Jim on the call with you while you do this?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that there's a lot of pressure with being a hero.
I bet.
And
tell us, do you have any music for this?
There's a
Jamie,
there's a lot of there's just a. Now that I'm a hero and I've saved somebody's life, and let me tell you why it's such. Everybody in this studio knows this gentleman. This gentleman is a pillar in the Tampa Bay community. He is at every event, anything to do with anything in the community. This guy is here. He would have been a tremendous loss if we had lost him at dinner that night. But because of the quick,
Jamie, you're killing me. Give me
because of my
something.
quick actions. Mine and Chad did
Some
a little
other
bit.
guy.
So Chad did a little bit, but because of my
But back to you.
But
And your
because
bad
of my
back
quick
also.
actions, my bad back.
That's why you're back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Jim
Saving
Henning
lives.
is he's a big guy. He's tall. Anyway, so he
Tall, bald, and handsome.
Let's let Jim Henning tell the story. Jim, you're on the phone. Why don't you tell about my heroic actions and why you're here to make this phone call today?
Would you dance? I asked you to dance. Would you run?
Never look back.
Hey, you sing, Joe, because that's not coming through. Jim, tell us the story.
Jim, are you there? Jim, are you choking?
I'm joking.
Wait, so let me just before you tell the story, let me just say, so I'm having a conversation with Jim about real estate. Jim's one of the best real estate guys in Tampa, and I'm having this conversation with him about real estate. And he's like not paying attention, right? And I'm thinking to myself, this isn't Jim Henning. He's kind of acting like an ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not. He's like looking down.
Because
and-
he's always got something to say.
Right, and usually he's
Super
enrolled in your
intelligent.
but he's enrolled in your conversation, and he's not paying any attention to me. I'm like, what is wrong? And then all of a sudden, he gets this look on his face, and Chad's sitting next to him, and he kind of like nudges Chad, and I said, Jim, are you choking? And then what happened, Jim?
I knew you knew something was wrong because I was looking at you and you were talking, and I was trying to focus because I had swallowed a piece of chicken. Here, let me go. I ordered the chicken because I'm trying to be healthy. Okay.
Where were you guys, first and foremost?
Ruth Chris.
We were at a local restaurant in town.
He doesn't want to say the name. All right.
Which,
Ben did.
Well, again, it's one of those things where some restaurants tend to put their food on hot plates to make the food even hotter, and this is all things I found out since Friday night. But I saw the skin. I said, I should probably take the skin off to be healthy. And I said, it's been baked, so whatever. Well, what happened is I went to chew, and I started chewing. And when I went to say something to Ben, I, breathed in to talk. And that's when it got jammed. And that's when I looked at him, and I knew something. I knew he knew something because I was just, staring at him straight. So I reached over, and I felt this burning in my throat. I took the glass of water and tried to take a glass of water to drink to swallow. And when it didn't swallow, then I backhanded Chad in the chest, the gentleman next to me. And then that's when Ben said, "Are you choking?" I just shook my head. Now, there's 5 police officers at this table.
Ben was not one of them.
No.
Ben was not one of them. Ben leapt, with his cat-like moves, ran around a police officer, and came over and started giving me the Heimlich.
I will tell you, Ben is somebody 100% I would want with me if I were ever in a crisis.
Just wouldn't want to be my husband if I was
No,
having
I would
a child.
never want to be married with him or have children with him. But if I were ever in a crisis,
MFK, he's dead.
Joe, I think we all know that you'd like Ben behind you doing that. Yeah, I know.
Whoa!
I don't know what that is.
Oh my God, Asher is listening, Jim.
So the funny thing is, so Chad started it, and because
So
of
Chad is, by the way, Chad is Nikki DeBartolo's husband, Lisa's
My brother-in-law.
Lisa's sister, my brother-in-law too, and Ben is the ex-husband So
Nikki.
Now tell me this: if Chad were choking, would you have sat there and said, "I'm sorry, I
No,
can't hear you. What's going on?"
I don't pick and choose.
No,
but
okay,
so Chad started. And I guess Chad couldn't get his arms fully
He's
around.
shorter,
He's
too.
shorter, and so
Chad started with jumping up and then doing these rainmakers.
right. So Chad. So when I
Chad couldn't wait to hit
it
somebody.
was so funny because exactly. So when I went around to start doing the Heimlich, all of a sudden Chad just starts wailing on Jim's back.
Oh, my God.
And you
Did
could
that
hear,
help?
I don't know, but
like he was coming off the ground.
But it was.
Wow.
Let me tell you. I mean,
Jim went to the hospital
we're
for
joking
broken
about
ribs.
it. We're joking about it before now, but like, I mean, I had given Jim like probably 6 or 7 really hard, Heimlichs, and nothing was happening. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm looking at the knife on the table and about about stabbing, giving him a ghetto tracheotomy, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I guess because when you're in that panic or in that mode, the adrenaline's rushing. I'm doing it. I'm like, this isn't working. All of a sudden, in a calm, smooth voice, Jim goes, I think I'm okay. And once I heard that voice, once you hear noise, obviously the windpipe's clear.
Yeah.
And but I'll tell you what, it was a scary moment. I'm sure it was even scarier for Jim.
The thing for me is it's twofold. One, Chad starts screaming, "Throw him over the chair! Throw him over the chair!" Which, by all standards, does work, people. So that's a good idea if you don't know how to do it.
Well,
on the other hand, I could feel what had happened is the chicken had gone actually down the esophagus and done
The wrong
that.
pipe.
What had happened is the skin had gotten lodged in my throat and was burning my throat. Because when I tried to breathe in, it felt like if you put a piece of saran wrap over your mouth.
Oh my God.
So when you were breathing in and out, that's all you felt. And then when Ben doing that, and okay, we'll give the haymaker punches in the back a little credit.
So when they tell you, when they teach you in like CPR and stuff, that the universal sign and you bring your hands to your throat to tell people, that's not really a realistic reaction when you're choking.
It's not something you do. I was looking at Ben and I started going, my eyes started going weird, and then I just took my right hand.
I feel like I would hit the table.
Have you ever been around somebody who does it? I mean, you can tell. You can tell.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I probably didn't help Ben at all because I did it to a gentleman about 15 years ago, or about 16 years ago when I was up in Connecticut, and I broke his rib when we were doing it in a restaurant. So I was kind of rolled my shoulders in because I went Ben to break my thing. Again, Ben with his whole 117-pound frame to do long-term damage.
That's great.
It's funny.
It's funny when you go when it's all done and you sit there and you're trying to eat and you really don't want to eat. I will tell you to this day right now, I might sound a little strange because I still have a sore throat. I actually went to show houses yesterday with an ER doc, and he said a lot of choking victims, sometimes it's the food, but a lot of times it's just a hot piece of something that sticks in your esophagus and burns. So the inside of my esophagus today is no different than if you took ate a piece of pizza and it burns the roof of your mouth.
Right, and that's the thing is that a lot of times is people, when they put something hot in their mouth and their mouth can, instead of spitting it out, they try to swallow it quickly. And it's funny because we had just gotten our food, like Jim had said. So after it was done and everything was settled and Jim was fine, I went back and you all have eaten with me. I'm not a slow eater. I usually wolf down my food pretty quickly. I have never taken smaller bites of a steak in my life. I mean, I was cutting them up like I was cutting them up for my kids.
Scary.
It was scary. It was a scary moment.
And he mentioned that, about the small cuts. So me being me yesterday, because yesterday was I did work for a little bit and then I kind of crashed, and I've been up since like 4 o'clock today. So I took a little nap and came in late today. But the number one choking food, guess what it is?
Chicken skin.
Hot dogs.
Oh yes,
yeah, that's right.
I've heard that.
Yes, I cut my kids' hot dogs so small.
Because of that
That's
skin.
what it. They said they cut them in rounds rather than cutting them in half and in quarters. So if anybody's listening out there, there's a lot of people out there that have little children. Cut them in quarters or cut them in halves.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well,
right.
Jim, we're so glad you're okay, though.
We're glad you're alive, Jim, and you're indebted to me for the rest of your life. You know that, don't you?
Oh boy.
I really am.
So how come you're not advertising here? We need,
Oh my God.
I'll throw them out there once.
So you'll sell my house for reduced commission?
For nothing.
Okay, there you go. You heard it first.
Oh.
We heard it. It's
Well,
on the airwaves.
In all seriousness, Jim, we're
Sell
glad
my house for
we're
nothing.
glad you're here, and it was a very scary moment, and it really. If you're listening, it wouldn't hurt anybody to go take a 1-day CPR class just to learn how to do that, because it's a simple process of of giving somebody the Heimlich.
Thank you.
So,
And if I can just have 2 seconds, there's reasons that people are around, and we all try, trials and tribulations, and everybody's had problems in their life. Where, geez, what's my purpose? What am I here for? Everything else, and it just happened that you and Chad were there for this purpose. So if you ever think, why am I here? What's my purpose? Friday night was probably one of those purposes. So I wanted to thank you both.
That's beautiful.
But,
that's beautiful.
Don't
Ben
make me
wasn't
cry.
listening to you, but we loved that.
of course I was, Jim.
That was wonderful.
We love you, Jim. We're so glad
Jim, we
you're
need to go to
okay.
commercial break, and we have some other people online, but we're gonna have to if you people can hang on
the
that line
line.
for a few minutes. We're gonna go to break, come back with you, and then with Lisa Out Loud here on the Miggs and Swig Show. All right, we got a little something for you. This is JoJo.
Oh my God, I'm really not.
Wait, hold
singing.
on. Can I just say this before? This is what I get for saving a life. I have to listen to Frey.
And for Chatty, because Chatty likes the
Oh,
fray.
okay, Chad. This is for Chatty.
Where did I can't sing. Why aren't you singing?
I love
You're taking up my segment
Oh,
with
we
this
are.
junk.
somewhere along in the bitterness, and I would have stayed up.
She's a little
with
Southern
you
girl
all
now.
night, had I known how to save a life.
Okay. Well, we had a caller
Clearly I'm not a
who
singer.
dropped off. Brian, your answer to your question is yes. I am part of the Swig family in San Francisco, and we would like to know how you know that.
Yes.
But so if you could call back, we'd be interested in finding out that. But yes, that is my family. That is my middle name, and when we got into the radio game, I guess you could say, the guy who initially put us on the air goes, look, your last name won't work for radio, so you have to come up with something else.
And then they said your first name won't work for radio.
And
that
your
personality,
face
when
for
you all-
sure won't work for radio.
Did I just tee that up for you guys or what?
God,
That
we're
was
good.
just
Great
too
minds
easy.
together.
Before the break, we were talking a little bit about choking because somebody was choking. And we do, real quick, before we get to Lisa Out Loud. And Ben,
Yes.
we got to be quick because Lisa
okay,
is
I'm
talking.
gonna,
For God's
look,
sake.
I'm going to turn off my mic.
We have David.
I'm not gonna-
David on the line.
I'm not gonna
here on the
do
Miggs and
anything.
Swig Show. David, you have a hot dog choking story.
Yes, the last caller mentioned, or one of you guys mentioned that the number one thing you choke on is hot dogs. And I just had to call in and let you know this. When I was at college up in Georgia back in the late 80s, I guess, it was about 87, 88, I was working at Circle K, and it was late night, and this guy came in, this old guy, he came in, and I didn't see him do anything, but he walked in, walked around. Apparently, he had stuffed 4 or 5 hot dogs in his mouth, and he kind of nodded at me as he walked out the door, so I didn't think anything. And he went back behind the building, behind the dumpster, and died. He choked to death.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yep.
At any
Stuff, they said, I don't remember exactly. It was either 4 or 5 hot dogs, stuffed them in his mouth, and
Well,
he
there's
was
a part
hungry.
of that. You got to agree with me, David. There's a part of that. He didn't deserve to die, but he definitely deserved for someone to say he was an idiot for 4 or 5 hot dogs in his mouth at once, at least.
Well, it's interesting because I know I said I wouldn't say anything, but,
But that's
I
impossible.
can't help myself.
can't
but,
help yourself.
But during the hot dog eating contest, if hot dogs are the number one thing that people choke on, I wonder why more people don't
They're
choke.
They're
professionals.
not cooked. Oh, they are cooked.
They're cooked and they have to have the buns, and they stuff their mouth
But
full of those
they
things.
dip them in water too, so that might lube it up.
Maybe they're
It makes me
professionals
sick
too.
to my
They are
stomach.
They are professionals. All right, well,
Thanks.
David.
Well, calling,
David, thank you
David.
very much for the call. All right, we have Lisa Out Loud.
They're vicious and they're very loud.
If you're gonna be loud, you gotta be proud.
Lisa Out Loud.
And now, Lisa DiBartolo. Miggs.
So glad that Miggs just comes off so silent like that. Hey, if anybody needs a car, call Derek at Any Car USA, 727-807-3226. We get all of our cars from him. He's fast
And furious.
and easy
And affordable.
and affordable. Give him a call.
If
So
you don't save money with Derek, seriously, then
come to us
I don't
and
know.
we'll go beat him
yeah,
up
we'll
for
go
you.
take him out.
First of all, I want to say hi
Say
to my
Miggs and Swig Show
favorite.
sent you.
Oh, yeah, say Miggs and Swig Show sent
they'll
you.
tint your
Or
windows
No, say
for free.
Lisa DiBartolo Miggs sent you, and you'll get even more than if you said Miggs and Swig
Yes.
sent you.
Can we get echo when she says the word Miggs?
Lisa DiBartolo Miggs.
Miggs.
No, no. First, I want to say hi to my favorite nephew in the whole world, Asher, who's listening.
That's my son.
I love you. Yes, I didn't know that he listened.
Well, he listened. I didn't know he listened either, and he evidently listened.
No, you're not supposed to talk.
Well,
it's my segment.
Can you tell him about how he listened when I was talking about how he walked in on his
your
stepmom?
wife and you having relations?
I'm sorry, Asher. I apologize.
But he's old enough to understand that.
Asher, I was lying. It didn't happen.
He's not lying, Asher.
Oh my God.
But Asher, I love you. I'm so glad you're listening. Just a couple of things really quick here. Don was speaking about our, Milo being sick this week.
Yes.
And he's complaining. Pink eyes. So Don's complaining about having to wake up this morning with him. But Don forgets that he was gone for 4 mornings last week when I was getting up with the kids, getting them ready for school, taking them to school, making sometimes 3 school trip runs in a day.
Volunteering at school.
Volunteering at school. I was a mystery reader last week. So I just wanted to throw that out there that you might be complaining about having to go and give them water this morning, but just remember what I was doing last week.
But remember that I do it with you every day. We do it every day together. So when people hear this, that they're not just hearing that that you go and do all these things alone. If I'm working in the studio, you'll do runs, but mostly we take them to school together every day.
Again, it's my segment. I'm allowed to say what I want. You say what you want in your segment.
I couldn't. Ben was talking in my segment.
I love this.
Excuse me, a little bit. I need the Heimlich.
800-771-1025.
I'll be right over there.
I also want to say that JoJo was nice enough to bring Thin Mints that I hate, so I will not even. Those don't tempt me. Now, if you brought the little tag-alongs, the chocolate peanut butter ones, Don Miggs has eaten how many of them?
I think just 1.
No, I had 4.
He was on the floor doing
right?
push-ups, so thank you, Joe. I'm going to be hearing about this for like the next 5 hours. Why did he eat these cookies?
I moved them.
So anyway, last week I mentioned that I was going out with my family on last Sunday for dinner at Ivoroni's. Yes. And I just wanted to say thank you to Tony at Ivoroni's, who is Tommy. I'm sorry, Tommy.
Yes. Or Tony.
I don't know if he's one of the chefs there or the head chef, but he was so kind, made us a pizza. He brought us dessert last week, and he said to say hello to you, JoJo. And I told you that he said hello. Yeah. He was so nice. I wanted to thank them. Last night, meaning me and Don, it was Nikki, my sister Nikki, and her husband Chad's anniversary yesterday. 6 years they've been married. We went to. You forgot to wish them happy anniversary.
Oh my God!
Do it now. Maybe they're listening.
And thank you, Chad, for taking her off my hands.
Oh
my God!
Well,
okay. I'm sure she could say the same about you.
There's no question.
I'm not.
Nadia.
Yeah, there's no question.
Well, we went to Burns last night for dinner, and it was yummy. But I drank a few glasses of champagne last night, and I'm not feeling so well today. I'm moving a little slow. I don't know if I'm hungover or just more tired, and I'm never usually hungover at all.
I've known you for about 20 years, and I think I've seen you drunk once.
I wasn't even drunk. I think I started drinking and I didn't have any food in my stomach.
Yeah.
I didn't eat.
But I feel like sometimes, because I'm a seasoned drinker, I enjoy the cocktails.
And the other part without the tail.
Yeah. And I've choked on the skin on sausage before too. Don't worry. It's not just hot dogs. So...
Hey, we said 2 things to not get censored. We're learning it.
I think that there's a lot of different factors, I think, for women. Because there's been times where I've had 2 beers and felt like I had 20. And there's times that I've had 20.
When the guy you're dating is putting a roofie in it.
Oh, my God. No, Joe, I feel the same way. I only had, in a span of, we were there for 4 hours last night at Burns, which we love. I don't mind being there for 4 hours. I had 3 glasses of champagne.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
No,
it's one of those nights.
I don't feel like that usually.
Yeah. But Lisa, do you think part of it is we're getting older, right? We have the kids, so we're getting less sleep. All of those things, it's like the perfect storm. If you are getting enough sleep and having drinks, I think you're okay. But I also
know, your sister does pretty well.
She does very well.
But we were we went to see Springsteen.
Yes.
Recently.
Last Tuesday.
And Springsteen looked amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
And he's 64?
66. And he was crowd surfing. And then you go see Billy Joel. And he doesn't look as good. Is there something I hear?
I hear somebody
I do hear something. Oh,
Ryan's on the phone with a caller
Ryan-
who's
Oh.
incredibly loud.
Oh.
So you look at someone like Billy Joel, who doesn't look as good the same age. Why? He drinks a lot more,
Yeah.
right? It isn't just having fun, having a couple beers. Like he probably does what he shouldn't. And where someone like Springsteen is,
He might not
takes
even
care of
drink.
himself.
Who knows? I just know that I don't feel as well today as I should feel, and I don't like this feeling. I just don't like it.
I can't fight
But you know,
this
we ran
feeling
into a friend of ours last night,
anymore.
Roxanne Wilder, who
Yeah.
actually she's listening to the show right now. She and her fiance Doug.
and Doug.
It was Roxanne's birthday yesterday, and she was at our house on Thursday for the supper club. Thank you so
And she
much for
stole
coming and
something.
supporting us.
They want it back,
did.
Roxanne.
No, they're listening to the show, and it was her birthday yesterday, so I want to wish her a happy birthday.
So can I ask you the other part of this? So we're in the car today, and we trying to get a word. There was a word you were trying to get because
Oh
you were
my
saying because
gosh.
Ben was like we were saying
Speculum. The word
Ben
was
complains
speculum.
about was not even complaining, but he got the waxing and it hurts. And I said,
Complaining.
I said, well, you know, I bet women go through so much more. And she's like, yeah, think about it. She said every time a guy says I have to go to the doctor to get
A
get
prostate exam.
she says, well, try getting up and getting a vaginal exam and how crazy that is.
Oh, and then as you
Oh.
get older in mammograms, and they just literally take your boobie and they smush it, and they, I mean, it's
Well,
a painful thing.
And you get older.
But you
and
have
A
to.
week ago Thursday, I had to have a procedure done.
Yes.
And I'm not going to go into detail about it, but a lot of times, bless you, JJ, women, you know, I've had to have some very invasive tests done because leading up to this procedure that were not pleasant in my, you know, woman area down
Vaginal
there,
reason.
my vaginal area. So I've had to have some very unpleasant testing in the last like 6 or 7 months. And it is not pleasant. So I don't care if a guy complains
I
about
don't.
anything.
I don't
because
either.
You do not have to go through what we have to
There's
go
no
through.
question
On a regular.
And from a guy's point of view, I mean, if you are a father and you've experienced birth, that's enough that's enough in itself.
It hurts you just being in the room.
I
and
mean,
you're not the one.
And I
There
had
is-
C-sections, and it's still, you know, it's
Well, not- yeah,
uncomfortable
I think- I
for
mean-
the man to look
but
look at that.
what your body endures over those 10, essentially 10,
10
months.
months. Yeah. I mean, there's no
is
question,
is
and I
crazy.
said this,
drinking, for God's sake.
there's no question that, you know, God with a big G, God with a lower G, natural selection, whatever you believe, there's no
I
question
believe
that
I can fly.
they chose the right gender
We're
to do birthing because there's no way we could do it. I mean, I got waxed last week on the show, and it was like, you know, somebody was making little slices in my body or whatever.
But what-
And that hurts.
But what it
Waxing
made me think
hurts.
about, so when we were trying to do that, we were forgetting words. And I don't know, is it a symptom of age, being tired, or just stupidity with that whole forgetting more stuff? Is it because we were out last night? Because trying to get a word
No.
more and more, I'm like, wait a minute, the word is,
I'm going to tell you what I think it partly is getting older.
I'm afraid I'm going to.
that we're losing our
I
minds.
agree.
But I'm
That's
going to tell
scary.
you, I read something, and I'm so mad
tell
that
us,
I don't
Jojo.
have it. But
And if you want to, by the way, 1-800-771-1025, The Bone. We are here just chattering here on your Sunday morning.
we take on so much more
That's what I think.
nowadays.
Because look at me right now, I'm shaking. I'm like,
Please tell me
But
that you're.
but
That's
it's
right.
between phones and computers and all this crazy technology that we're so accessible, and we feel that we have to do so many more things because we have so many more means to be able to achieve results.
Right.
That I think we overwork ourselves.
Well, then I think everybody needs
Your brain is
to take a little bit of
exhausted.
a holiday. We're going to be going to a break for a holiday, but I want to remind people that March 6th, we need you to come listen to the show. Maybe we'll take someone in the studio
boneonline.com.
because we are going to give either Brotox under the arms of Ben to get rid of his sweating, or we're going to go with JoJo doing it, and it's going to be from our good friend South Tampa Dermatology. They're your destination for comprehensive skincare in Tampa. I'm telling you, we use this place. Lisa and I go there for all sorts of different things. Makes you feel a little better and look better. And their number is 813-872-9551. Just call them today. Say Miggs and Swig sent you, and they'll actually do a thing called Perfect Attendance Club. You show up on time for like your first 3 treatments. They'll give you the 4th free. So give them a call. They're good friends of ours. Miggs and Swig show. I know Swig wants to say something. He's
Nope.
not going to get a chance. We're going to come back and see
are
what
we
we've
commercial already?
learned. To commercial.
Way to bring it back.
I got to tell you something. You know what? This is an exclusive. You don't get this on the Mike Calta show. I mean, that guy's not doing any of this stuff. Ben Swig and I, this is the first time we've ever done a duet, and we might get the whole Miggs and Swig team in, but Ben,
Yeah, I've had 3 guitar lessons.
let me hear that guitar right now. This is Ben Swig on guitar. Mama, take this badge from me.
Don't quit your day job.
I can't use it anymore. It's okay, Ben. I'm so proud of you so far. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feel like I'm knocking on Ben Swig's
This is
door.
amazing.
All right.
For my little baby
I don't
girl.
feel so bad
For
about
my
me now.
little baby girl.
Oh my God. All right, hey everybody.
Cute. Aw, for Izzy.
All right,
That's cute.
all right. By the way, he played that on a local guitar from our friends at Dean Guitars and D-Drum. So very nice of them to have that guitar sitting here for us to play. And we challenge Mike Calta and anyone else to do a better job of picking up a song.
God. That is a mistake.
You do know
He
Mike has
plays
his own
bass.
band.
He plays bass. But Mike, if Mike ever wants to just come
Why
down
don't,
and
we,
see-
why don't we just have a 1025 The Bone band instead of challenging something? Let's have a jam
I can't.
session.
I don't get in jam sessions.
He would never do that.
I don't do jam
Oh,
sessions.
you too good?
Clash of the Bands?
No, kind of too good. You're kind of right. I'm kind of too good.
How about the
No,
Gong
I'm
Show?
kidding.
So everybody, as long as everybody on the Mike Calta show, he can't bring in anybody else.
Well, does that include John Brennan, who's part of the band, who was part of his show?
No, John Brennan's.
John Brennan has to take, he needs to
Switzerland.
take emails and calls about getting the
John
Miggs and Swig
Brennan's
show.
got to be Switzerland now. He's a suit. He works in so he takes care of everybody on. So he's excluded. Sorry, John Brennan. Unless he plays for both. Now he can play for both
He plays both sides. Yeah. All right, hey, real quick, back to you, Lisa. Lisa out loud again.
I had one last comment to make. Do you know this is going to make you feel really
Way to
old?
San Jose.
Pretty in Pink, the movie, is 30 years old. It's
crazy.
Really?
Came out 30 years
Yeah.
ago. I
Pretty
was
in Pink is?
16. I was 16 when that movie
Married?
came out. Married?
Married? Sheesh.
No, that's
Nope, that's married.
the other one.
That's sweet.
Sweet. No,
16
that's-
16
Yeah, this
candles.
is Pretty in
16
Pink.
candles.
So show you
It's
what
all
I
right. It
know.
doesn't matter. Still a great John Hughes
Swigs in
movie,
it.
but it's
Rest
30
in
years
peace.
old. Yeah,
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace. Didn't he die like 2 years ago?
Yeah, you know why?
Longer than that. I think.
He needed the Heimlich.
Wow.
Didn't
And I
happen.
wasn't around.
Anyway, that's a
That's
nostalgia
crazy.
kind of thing
Great
now.
movie. We should.
Let's have a movie
Let's
night
have a
with
movie
that.
night.
Yep.
I'd rather 16 Candles, but Pretty in Pink's great.
I'd
too.
rather Pretty in Pink.
Pretty isn't she?
You got a problem, friend? Remember James Spader
Of course,
saying that?
James Spader, great actor.
Great in that
actor.
movie.
Now let's talk. It's Sunday. Tonight's going to be the Oscars. I did want to talk. There was some debating we were having go on previously here on the Miggs and Swig show. We were at commercial about. Someone said that they think Leo's pretty much going to win. Ryan, was it you that said you think there was going to be a riot if he wins, or?
If he doesn't win. If he doesn't win.
I think that
win.
what is this, his 5th or 6th nomination or some crazy number like that, and the guy's never won one. And I said earlier, the fact that he lost Wolf of Wall Street nomination last year
Unbelievable.
was
that last year?
It was last year, yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. The man is one of the, in my mind, one of the top 5 actors in Hollywood.
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
And he's never won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
The Wolf of Wall Street was up. He was up for that last year.
Yeah, and he
Wait,
lost.
who won?
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. Which
Great
was
deserved.
deserved.
Last year for Dallas
Well,
Buyers?
I feel like
Yes.
they've missed a
2
year.
years ago.
Was it 2 years?
No, I don't know.
You two seem pretty emphatic
Wow,
about it being
that's-
last year, but I think you're both wrong.
Well, let's
but-
get our fact checkers on it. Can we please
JJ,
get our fact
come
checker
on.
on it? JJ's on it.
Regardless,
She's
he was
asleep.
great in that
Yes.
movie.
And if he lost to McConaughey, if that's what wound up happening, I'm okay with that.
Right.
Wait,
because
who's he
And-
up against? Who's he up
Yeah,
against
this year I don't think that he, except for maybe the guy from Apple.
Wait, wasn't 12
Steve
Years a
Jobs.
Slave
Michael
last
Fassbender.
year?
I didn't see that.
This year, he is up against Bryan Cranston from Trumbo, Matt Damon, The Martian, Michael Fassbender, Steve Jobs, and Eddie Redmayne, The Danish Girl.
I think his
Eddie-
only
Oh, Eddie Redmayne got it last year.
I think his only
Yes. He
competition
won.
is the
That's
guy,
who it was.
the guy who plays Steve Jobs, because
Michael
yeah,
Fassbender.
it was phenomenal.
I think Eddie Redmayne might give him a run for his money because
He might.
Eddie Redmayne has won awards already this season.
Lisa,
so.
should we go home and
Wait,
watch
what movie?
Steve Jobs because we didn't
The
see
Danish
that.
Girl, Eddie
right,
Redmayne
right
plays a
away when we
woman.
get
I
home.
didn't see
Well,
it.
you don't have time. You have
I'm
to take the
kidding.
kids
That was a joke.
kayaking.
Hey, if
Oh,
anyone wants
please
to go
video
kayak
that.
with me,
Do you have a GoPro or something?
no, I have a.
Where are you taking him kayaking? In the bay?
over. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
over
I
on
honestly
Davis
couldn't even get
Island.
us over there.
We went yesterday. You won't know how to get there, honey. Can you just wait for me and do it another
No.
day?
No, I'm taking the kids. All right.
Life jackets, please.
Got
On the
it.
kids.
They'll be on it.
All
And
right.
by the way, we will be in 6 inches of water, but I will have the life
All
jackets, and I'll be in the water with them.
And no hot dogs.
No hot dogs,
They
but
love
a lot
hot
of
dogs.
chicken
I
skin.
love hot dogs.
You know, do what we can.
As long as there's no sausage.
Father of the year.
Father of the week. I'm father of the hour.
Okay.
Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I forgot that oh my God, these freaking earphones, headphones, whatever they are. The real purpose of chopsticks. Does anybody know how you're really supposed to use chopsticks?
Yes.
I just learned
Yes,
this.
and it's changed my life.
It's amazing. You'll love it.
So here's the. Go ahead, JoJo. It's your.
Well, I mean, that's
You
fine,
throw
but-
them out and use a fork?
No. No.
That's all I use, Joe.
They're designed.
So this part of the top part of the chopstick where you typically pull them apart and then
Right.
you know kind of sand them so that you don't get splinters. You're actually supposed to break that top part off.
Yes, and it becomes a little like.
And then it becomes the little like ledge to put your
So you don't have to.
chopsticks
So you don't
on.
lay your chopsticks on the
Didn't
table.
know that.
It becomes like a
Little plate.
Didn't
a little
know
plate.
that.
little,
JJ,
like-
will you post that on the Instagram, the Miggs and Swig Instagram and social stuff on that World Wide Web?
Here's another thing about chopsticks that Americans do. Like you said, you
Americans.
Yeah.
brush them. Never do that in front of Asian people. It's an
Why?
insult.
Why?
Because I think it has to do something with a death ceremony that they do, and they rub chopsticks together like that at
Maybe we
somebody's
should
funeral.
find out for sure what
No, it
that
is.
means.
Can I tell you more? That whole don't do this in front of these people because of that thing, to me is like, shut your eyes then. Mind your own business. All right?
Why?
Because if I want to do this with my chopsticks,
Even though
I'm
you're
paying to
insulting
eat.
somebody else?
Why would you be insulted?
You're eating their food and you're taking on their culture, shouldn't you?
Are you insulted? Let me try to come up with a good
No,
one. Are
no.
you insulted
When
like
somebody-
if someone speaks to a German because what Germans did to your people? Does that insult you?
No, but if somebody walks...
I was going to go with matzo ball soup or
That's a stretch.
something.
No, but
I
if
just
some-
made a big stretch
It was
there.
a big stretch. But anyways, no, I mean, I don't think that... First of all, I'm a recovering Jew, so nothing that has anything to do with Jewish is going to insult me. But no, I do
Hey, don't
it.
insult.
I do it. I was just letting you know. I mean, there are certain... Like, I went over to China... about 6 or 7.
He means China
it was long,
Grill,
maybe 12
people.
years ago. I went to China for
China
high
Grill.
tech, this company we were involved in, and I read up on when you do business in China, some things you're supposed to do, right? And you're supposed to bring gifts, and some of the gifts that you're not supposed to bring because they
Crack cocaine.
I mean, but it's amazing if you go on or how you're supposed to bow when you give somebody your card, and how you're supposed to present your business card to somebody. You're not supposed to take it out of your, or when you get it, you're not
Here's
supposed
the
to put
thing,
it
though.
in
I
your
don't
pocket.
think it should be offensive for somebody who's not versed
that
in that culture. I wouldn't be offended. I mean,
they expect you to bone up on it before you
but
get
I don't.
there.
But they don't. I mean, not that we have,
But if they have
anything
if
like
they-
that here.
right?
But
We don't have anything. But if they have customs and cultures of doing business, and you want to do business with them,
Right. Learn
it
their
would
thing. Right.
Learn their thing because
okay, as far as business, but I'm
Right.
saying if I'm out in China eating dinner and I brush
No,
my
you brush your
chopsticks
chopsticks
together
as much as
and
you
everybody
want.
takes cover and starts firing weapons, I don't know what's going on. I'm not doing it intentionally.
JoJo, that was
Cheese
great.
and rice.
Hey, you can't say cheese and rice.
Or what about like
I
when
did
you have
choose-
to bow to the royal family and curtsy and do
What if
all
I want
those
to twerk
things?
on them? Because that's what we do in my culture.
or
Maybe-
dab,
Or dab. What if I
whatever
want to do that?
dabbing is.
Well, it's the same thing with the whole thing of just shaking hands. I don't. Well, I don't love shaking hands.
I hate shaking hands. It's germy.
I mostly like giving you a wave. Maybe we'll do an elbow. Maybe a fist pump. I will hug you long before I'll shake your hand.
Me too.
Not interested, especially because no offense to you out there, and there's nothing wrong with some things that are universal. Hygiene. When you cough, go ahead and cough. People people on the radio in your car, cough. Where's your hand? All right. If it's not near, if nothing's covering your mouth, you're in trouble. But if it's your hand,
Ew,
you're
gross.
still in trouble.
Grossy.
Because now you're going to shake my hand or touch something.
Yeah.
Cough or
Use
sneeze.
your elbow.
In your
Use
elbow.
your
See,
elbow.
I'm the complete. I just don't have. There's only one thing that really I'm germphobic
if the
about.
bell isn't working in your house, you're pissed.
No.
What?
But I mean, I don't get germaphobe about shaking somebody's hand and then immediately sanitizing
me
it.
either.
I do.
I
But
do.
there's one thing, and because I've been on this planet for 43 years and been in men's bathrooms for 43 years and have seen 84% 4.5% of men who go to the bathroom do not wash their hands.
Right.
And then they go grab the door handle. So that is the one thing in this world that I am.
after the restroom.
Let me tell you something. A quick story. Yesterday, I took Nadia to.
There's only one thing that's quick with you.
Amelie. Yeah, exactly. I took Isabella, my 3-year-old, to Amelie Arena yesterday for Disney show.
Yes.
And
we're
there, and we had.
With a bell.
She wanted chicken fingers, and she wanted this, toys, and she wanted popcorn. So I had all this stuff. I'm carrying it, and carrying her, and she goes, "Daddy, I got to go to the bathroom."
Oh boy.
And so I have to take her to the bathroom, the men's bathroom at Amelie Arena,
See, there
with
should be
all
family
this
restrooms.
stuff, with all this stuff in my hands, trying to figure out. I put at least 3 inches of toilet paper on the toilet. Trying to. I was just.
I would throw everything away and buy new stuff.
It was a mess.
Hey,
It was a mess.
everybody.
Sorry.
It's getting close to that time.
What a good dad, though. That's nice.
Getting that
That's
time
good.
of the day.
We had a fun time.
We have the you have the Miggs and Swig show here, guys. Make sure the show's available very quickly on our podcast or
The Bone Online, Miggs and Swig.
Go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Oh, and
What are our handles?
And hashtag
Miggs and Swig.com. Yeah,
Yeah,
and hashtag more Miggs and Swig. Get us on for 4 hours. Listen. Be nice to all of our advertisers. South Tampa Dermatology, Any Car USA,
Showtime. Thank you so much.
They're really the only ones I care about at the moment.
Yeah.
And you know what? Shop locally, think globally. I think something like that.
Gosh,
Hey,
you sound like me.
We all watching the Oscars tonight?
Yes.
So
No,
maybe
no, I'm watching Billions and.
see, your problem is you're watching
Shameless.
things real time.
Shameless.
You're making mistakes.
I know.
Wait till
Mistakes,
it's all
mistakes,
over.
mistakes.
Actually, I'll be on a plane. I leave for San Francisco.
People,
Yeah,
be
you
good to
can.
yourselves. Be good
Yes.
to each other. We're going to have a great week. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, all those things. Let's keep having conversation. Keep the talk alive. We will see you next week, 10 a.m.
On
Be
the
there,
dot.
be square. All right?
Have
Peace.
a great
Love.
week.
Bye.
Enjoy.